Are you ready to wrap up the 2024 year with the 9-degree Capricorn New Moon? Well, it's on its way on the 30th, and let's chat about it. Capricorn, known for leaving legacies, long-term goals, wishes, and hopes. It's really disciplined. It's the mountain goat. They go up the mountain no matter what the terrain is, no matter what the weather is. They know where they're headed and they go that way no matter what. Nothing stops them. And so you are climbing to the top no matter what during this new moon in Capricorn. So what is at the top? That's what you get to think about. What is going to be your goal for 2025, the next 6 months from now? But I will get into it. I would actually go beyond that, probably 8 months or so, because Mars is retrograding and it is not going to allow you to do a whole lot of newness. So it's time to wrap up those cycles between now and February 24th until Mars goes direct. And so it's in the sign of Leo currently, but it will be going retrograde back into Cancer very shortly. So it's really going to slow progress down on anything you want to start. But it's time to plant the seed of intention of what you would like to do in the long term. What's on the top of that mountain that you want to be that goat to the top. Let's chat a little bit more about the transits happening with this. So again, Mars is retrograde in Leo, but it's opposing Pluto in Aquarius, right? So it's the planet of war opposing the planet of death and rebirth. So we're just not feeling so hot. So it's going to have this nervousness energy kind of throughout this. Everyone will be feeling it, right? Like in some aspect, some point on the scale, everyone will feel this. There's a little anxiety to it, a little anger, maybe a lot of anger, a lot of violence. We're going to go with it. But that's, again, everybody's energy. But your energy, try to stay grounded, okay? Because that is what we're up against. We're trying to dissolve the old, right? Pluto in Capricorn that we just left. And now Pluto's in Aquarius, but it's opposing Mars, going, okay, we need to let go, let the old dissolve, and we need to start really opening up to the future. And so it's really uncomfortable, right? It's giving us the unknown and rebirth. And, you know, we have to have the phoenix rise through the ashes with this. But then we have Jupiter in retrograde in Gemini, and it's squaring Saturn. So it's making this square feeling really uncomfortable. And, you know, it's Jupiter. I'm like, where do I start? Jupiter is the planet of expansion and luck. And then we have Saturn saying, well, did you do that? Did you cross your T's and dot your I's? And did you put in the work? And did you eat all your vegetables before you get dessert? So the two are saying, I want to expand, but I'm going to keep you restricted, right? So it's really not a great, like, hurrah, getting started on this new moon. So do you see where I'm saying plant seeds, but really take off when Mars goes direct after February 24th, okay? Because it's going to really question us and what we are focused on towards the future, okay? So when we have Jupiter retrograde squaring Saturn, this can make us even more anxious. So not only do we have the nervousness with the opposition happening, but then we have this anxiousness with the square happening, but it's also impatience. Like, we want it right now, right? We want that instant gratification, but Saturn says, no, you didn't do it all yet. I'm not just rewarding you to reward you. And Jupiter's like, but I want to, that's what I do. So you want to start a project, you want to start this new endeavor, but you didn't put anything into it yet. So it's almost like you will be able to do it in the future, but it's just going to be a slower start. But also there's going to be more with like the economy, more things coming out, coming to the surface that have been hidden. So it can cause even more nervousness with changes happening. Plus, we have in the US the changes of government happening and transition of power, and that can leave a lot of things up in the air as well. But there's going to be tons of changes, which will add to this. But again, we have Jupiter and we have Saturn saying we need to make changes, but there's always that but. It's going to be uncomfortable, right? So I would suggest, if you can, to really set those intentions of what you want to start, to begin, to grow, to blossom in 2025. Plant those seeds and then start getting really realistic about what you need to do in order to achieve that, to reach that, to go after it. Is it making new friends? Is it going back to school? Remember, Saturn's there saying you still have to do the work. So what do you need to do to actually make that a reality for yourself in the future? And then as soon as Mars goes direct on February 24th, hit the road, go after it, do everything you want to, and allow it to grow. But until then, really think about the details. What does it look like? Who do you need to call? What do you need to begin? What do you need to let go of? Again, letting go of 2024 is going to be the first step into allowing the 9 year of endings, completions, and major cycle completions. What are you going to do to allow it to come to completion, to fruition, to grow, and allow it to grow, right? Like, you need to expand, and 9s are going to challenge that. So mindsets, belief systems, old way of doing things, it's all going to come to a head in 2025. So looking at the past right now, what can you allow to stay there, and what do you want to take with you? So this 9 year of 2025 can be more beneficial for you. And that is how I suggest starting this new moon, new year on the 30th. So you can have an abundance of joy and happiness to come in 2025 and more. So with that, I am sending you so much love. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. And until next time, bye for now.